Alright, if you just installed Ubuntu on your MSI laptop or other computer, and you have Windows on it, and you have this Windows bootloader, and you can't get it to boot from there, you see how it just keeps booting Windows? Let me show you how you can fix that. So there's a few ways. So a couple things. If you aren't able to install Ubuntu to begin with, let me show you how you do that. Alright, obviously first you want to create a bootable Ubuntu USB. You'll want to already have Windows installed. I'm going to press F2 or delete. Alright, it's either F2 or delete for MSI. Different computers have different keys. Some you also have like a temporary boot option. If it's HP, I believe it's F10. But most of them I believe are F2 or delete. Sometimes it's F1. But yeah, so first thing you want to do is you want to go to security. It might be different layout depending on your computer, your BIOS and things, but you'll want to look for secure boot. Sometimes it's in the boot option, sometimes it's in security, sometimes it's hidden somewhere else, but you'll want to go to secure boot. You want to make sure to disable that. Next thing you want to do, you go to boot. Okay, boot from your Ubuntu installer USB. Okay. So right now it's going to do the installer. I'm not going to do the install process. I already did that, so I'm not going to do it again. But I just want to show you that now we'll be able to boot from the Ubuntu USB. To create a bootable USB, because it's just an ISO, you will have to use something. I use the Universal USB installer. There are different things you can use, but here you can see how it works. So I'm just going to do it in normal mode, and this is basically going to do the try or install Ubuntu. So when you do that, right now it's just running from the USB. Okay, and basically we're going to want to install Ubuntu. So we're going to do, we did the try or install, so it's just booting from the USB right now. And then in the boot up, it's going to have a little option to do the run the installer, so you can install it to your hard drive or SSD or whatever. Alright, this computer has 2 hard drives in it, so if you want to dual boot it and you only have a single hard drive, you will have to split your partition. In Windows, you can actually extend or shorten the partition of Windows, so that way you can take some of the space away from the Windows side and then add that. The only thing with that is you can't like take all the free space, and depending what's going on the computer, you might not even be able to do half of it. So sometimes I have to use a third-party software to change the partition sizes so that I can get as much as possible. But in this case, they had a blank USB, or sorry, a blank SSD, so a secondary one. So I put the installer on there. So you can see it's starting the installer right now. Okay, and we'll wait for this to complete. Alright, so it's preparing, and it's just going to keep going for a bit, and then it's going to ask you if you want to install it and stuff. I don't know if I should show this entire process. If you want, you can just fast forward through. Okay, here you go. So it tells you to pick the language and all of that, so you just next, okay. It asks you to put all this stuff. You can do your internet. I'm going to say no for now, but before I connected, and then it also had an update, so keep that in mind. It might have all of that other stuff. Okay, so yeah, anyways, just go through that whole process if you want to install it. If it doesn't update, you'll get an installer thing down there that you can run the installer on later. But anyways, this is the Ubuntu OS running from technically the RAM right now, but it booted it from the USB. Anyways, after you finish installing, it's gonna ask you to restart. Okay, so I'm gonna restart right now. So if you're wondering how you restart, it's this little icon up here. Okay, you press that, there's the power button, and then you can restart. Okay, and it will tell you basically to set the Ubuntu as the main boot. So while it restarts, you're gonna go again, F2 or F12, sorry, F2 or delete. So here it tells you to remove the installation media, so unplug your USB and then press enter for the computer to restart. Okay, we're going to press F2 or delete again for this MSI computer to get back to the BIOS. And here's the tricky part, because if you don't do this, it's just going to boot straight to Windows again. And let me show you why. So in the boot, because I unplugged the USB, you see the main thing is USB hard disk, but we have no USB hard disk plugged in. So I'm going to change this back to the Windows one. And we don't want actually Windows to boot, because it's just going to boot your normal Windows 11 or Windows 10, whatever you have. So there's another section here, UEFI hard disk drive BBS priorities. Again, it might not always be in the boot section, so you might want to check. Sometimes it's in wherever they have the hardware for the disk drives and stuff. So anyways, UEFI hard disk drive BBS priorities, we go in there, and we actually want the Ubuntu one to be the first boot option. So go to that. and then change it, and it will automatically switch their places. Okay, so now we have the Ubuntu, and apparently they put a Team SSD in there. That's why it has a 2 terabyte. The other one I think is a Micron or something. Anyways, we're gonna save changes and reset. Yes, and now it should automatically boot the Ubuntu portion. The Ubuntu will have a bootloader, so you can actually change the bootloader if you want to boot to Windows. So once this starts up, it'll show this grub. See this grub bootloader, GNU grub, and you can see if we go down, they have the Ubuntu is the main one, and then they have other options. Memtest, you can run Memtest if you want, and the Windows Boot Manager. So if you want to run Windows, just go to that. If you want to run Ubuntu, go to that one. And there you go. That's pretty much it. Don't turn Secure Boot back on, because if you do that, then basically Ubuntu's most likely not going to work, because it doesn't have the secure boot stuff that Windows has. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Now I'm just going to shut it down. Okay, so we're just going to go back here, and we're just going to shut it down. Make sure you click that guy, and then power off. And that's pretty much it. All right, it says it'll do it automatically in 60 seconds, or you can just power off, and it should go. And that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this helped you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, bye.